Alright, so today in studios, or should I say in a studio, a specific studio, we have Chef Cornel Robinson. He's also known as Deacon, as he's a deacon at the First United Brethren in Christ Church in Bronx. Um, he is also a business owner. You understand? So it's indeed a pleasure to have Chef Robinson on the podcast here. Man, it's a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me.
Yeah, Chef. So tell us about life growing up in Jamaica. Some may not know, but you, of course, is a Jamaican.
Yeah,
Born, bred Jamaican.
yeah, man. I was born in St. Andrew. I spent a few years in Kingston, and I went to to live with my grandma, St. Catherine, and then she passed on, and my mom moved back to St. Mary, and I went to live with my mom. So when I grew up in St. Mary, with the school in St. Mary, and life was great. Organic St. Mary, fruits, vegetable. The only issue was you have to walk to school,
Yeah.
but besides that, it was a great experience as a youth growing up and having access to fruits, kind of pick it and eat it. I'd have to go to the store and buy it, so
Right.
and fresh spring water, and it was, it's like, because we didn't have a lot, so we're coming to what we had,
Mhm.
and it's coming to with what our mom could afford to give us, and we just enjoy the moment, and
Right.
yeah. But I grew up in church. The church was right next door. I go to Sunday school. But, um,
Go to Sunday school every Sunday.
yeah, and then when there are these functions, we have to say poem and sing and so the more my mom come, Cornell, wake up. To go to Sunday school. Hey, sometimes you don't want to get up, bro. You just want to sleep. Yeah,
Understand.
but those days were great, man. Like, those days kept me right up, bro. You know,
So,
yeah. So I attended St. Mary, Richmond Technical.
Mhm.
Yeah, and after that, when I graduated, I moved back to Kingston, away from my mom and started life.
so you transitioned from St. Mary and went on to
Yeah, back to
living in
Kingston.
Kingston.
Yeah,
And I guess you went on to eventually join the JDF.
yes, I joined JDF in 1996. That I remember the Sunday, man. It was one of the miserable days of my life, bro.
Yeah.
Just the traveling from Upward Camp to Newcastle, and it's the first I was going up that hill,
Mm-hmm.
and up there was very cold, fog.
Mm-hmm.
Got all this other guy beside me,
Oh,
and it was just a miserable evening, bro. But that those days transformed my life, and it happened to be who I am today. The discipline still a part of me. All the training discipline, the dedication, and that self-driven drive that to do things and to continue to push myself above and beyond. It's still here, you know,
Mhm.
with the aspect of my life. So I give God thanks for the the
The lessons and the
just
experience.
the lesson, the experience.
Yeah.
It was some part of it was difficult. The exposure, some part of it affected me mentally.
Mentally.
Yeah, I still have flashback, still have nightmare, but I'm able to cope
Mhm.
with it, but it was a big deal. Yeah.
Definitely. And tell us about some of the ranks that you would have gotten. How long, by the way, you spent in
It's been
the
11, 11 years. 11 years. When I left, I was a corporal. I had some issues, man. I had some serious issues. So prevent me from moving forward.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I had to like you guys will understand somebody. I had to what they call it, expose. Like expose.
expel.
No. Um, well, I wasn't allowed to use weapon for about 5 years.
Oh,
Excuse. Weapon.
oh, okay.
5 years because of my illness. So
Okay.
that set me back.
Oh,
And that's when I decided that I need to move on.
right,
Because
right.
my wife, she was living here,
Mhm.
and when she decided to fight, because she came in to go to school, and the plan was for her to go to school, come out to Jamaica, and get back in the banking sector, right? But she fell in love with New York, and she didn't want to come back, and she was encouraging me to come here.
Okay.
I said, no, that wasn't the plan. You need to come back here. But when I got sick and I see my life in the army, like it's there's no progress. I was kind of thinking about, taking her up on a offer until we had St. John, our first child, and he was growing and moving around and doing that kind of stuff. She had work and she was telling me that you need to come here, we need you, your son needs you, I need you. And because of my illness, I decided to just kill it and leave. So that's how I get here. Yes.
And US versus Jamaica in terms of life, lifestyle, culture. Was it like a culture shock for you when you came to New York?
It was more like a mental shock because I just left the army about 3 weeks and I came here. So I didn't have the time to adjust myself back into this world. So when I came here, it was challenging for me to even to speak to my wife and my son. And I was scared, seriously. My son was confused, he was afraid of me. Yeah, it was a lot, And so my cousin, who was a major he was, um, he was in Israel at that time. And so we were talking Sunday,
Mm.
and we was planning to leave the army as well.
As well.
And, like 6 months after, and so we help each other to break each other back into the civilian world. And I met a brother now at my church, the church that I started to go in the Bronx. He was from JDF, Coast Guard,
Okay.
and he came here along and he helped me to
Nice.
break me back as well. So every Sunday, my cousin and I will have this long conversation before. And then when I go to church, I talk to my brother. Sometimes we'll call and chat and we'll link up and, so that's a big help for me. And I started therapy. As well because it was a part of my sickness. It was a part of it as well. And then if it was in Jamaica, I guess it would be different. But the environment was new. Even though I was in the Bronx, Jamaican culture, everything was just like Jamaican.
Right, right.
But when I leave the Bronx, it was different, very different. It took me about a year to adjust. Even I started working, my first job, we had an issue, and the manager was saying some stuff to me. And I said to him, how dare you? We'll give the permission. I said, finish! yo, Yo, he couldn't change. He was confused. He started spinning because he couldn't believe himself. Yo, that was crazy, DJ. I left the
I
work
can imagine.
within a week.
I can
so
imagine.
I left the work within a week.
So you eventually you got fired.
No, man, no, he didn't. He didn't fire me. He didn't
Okay.
fire me because when I left, I expressed myself. I left the office. You know,
Mhm.
because the issue, it wasn't. I wasn't me. It was. It was. He thought it was me, but it wasn't me. So it was wrong. So man said,
Okay.
but
Okay.
but I guess because of his man said,
Yeah.
and I'm an immigrant, he feel like he could speak to me anyhow, and thought that because he employed me, he can abuse me. It's
Mhm.
shocking now. I read my way. Very much. Yeah. Yeah, man. When I left his office, he was still standing in shock, and his assistant, both of them were in shock. They were
Mhm.
staring. They couldn't respond.
Right. Right.
Then still come on face.
Mhm.
They get scared, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because they didn't know my background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured much.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably if you knew, then they
Yeah.
probably would have
Yeah.
think twice.
I guess after that, they start to ask themselves questions.
Right.
When
Right.
I left the job within a week, so I never
Right.
went there.
So I know though that after that time you went on to school and you went on to culinary school and
Yeah.
was there always a love for food?
Yeah, my mom was a cook in elementary school, attendant.
Okay.
So I guess food service is in my DNA. Also, my brother who is a cook. So from a little youth, I started cooking. You know, so I was involved in food service, not only food service, but cooking in general.
Right. Right.
From a youth, and so my mom taught me everything because my father was here. We didn't have a relationship like that. I grew up with my father. So my mom ensured that I know everything, like cooking, house, and the waterworks, right? So so when I came here and moving from restaurant to restaurant, because like in the first 6 months I was working, wife was sending us through, I would do what I need to do. So on like a Friday night, we'll go out and different restaurant and one night I said to her that I'd like us to open a restaurant, not a Jamaican restaurant. She was surprised and cause she know I can cook.
Yeah, but not to the extent that you
It's
want
what I'm
to.
saying. It's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Because in the army, I was attached to engineer regiment. So I went to the school and I did carpentry and masonry. When I left the army, I was a class 2 builder. I love construction, seriously.
Wow.
But when I came here, construction. I realized that construction was just season, like a seasonal thing, because in that time summer was bitter. I mean, winter was bitter.
It was bitter. Right.
So
Right.
most construction company shut down in the winter, and so some of those guys, all the savings during the winter time spent because work.
There's no work.
So,
Right.
so I started working in construction when I came here. Yeah, and something happened on the site and the, the city closed it down. Right, there was an incident, and with a drill and the house next door, the wall burst, and I had to close the construction site because a big rock was there, and it was very difficult for them to burst up to remove it. And so that's when I got a job in a hospital kitchen. And that's when I started to see food service as a different level, at a different level.
Right, right,
And
right.
then I started a friend. So I met a Jamaican cook. He's a veteran of the US Marine. And we get close and we start pulling and I started a friend, the chef. Not really a friend, but have a conversation with all the cooks and asking questions. And so they start to show me stuff because there's the interest. But one guy, uh, he's a chef right now, he said to me that I see the passion, but I don't want to be like these guys because a lot of those guys that were there, they get in the system, they train them and they promote them. But he was saying to me that you want to be marketable,
Right.
go to school
Nice, nice.
and get it accredited.
Certified.
So you can be a professional and you can go and get a job and you want to work. So that's what I did. I went to start careers in Manhattan. 1 year with a rigorous course, from 7 till 2 o'clock.
So from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yeah, from Monday to Friday. Then I have to leave with the work. And leave in that lasts for 1 year. And I did intern at Stony Music Studio in Manhattan. Stone's Kitchen. And then space where I met a lot of entertainers and movie stars.
Oh, awesome,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, man. I was the only black guy in the kitchen. And a lot of issues with the chef and, yeah, man. It's so messed up. I had to express myself. Didn't like it, but so be it, Yeah, I was there to learn,
Right,
not
right.
to work. Because I was working in years that I wasn't trained to work in. But I guess the guy see my ability, but I wasn't comfortable.
Right.
You see me? I said, and I was pushing some areas, bro. It's like crazy, man. Because the place is busy, especially during lunchtime. Busy. And like I said, I wasn't being trained. At no time anyone come to me and say, do it this way. Don't put that there. Remember temperature. Remember how to store. You see me? I said, yeah. So express myself to the chef. I wasn't so happy, but call me and stuff. So don't talk to me. I don't think I'm gonna do it. But you realize that I can be very aggressive. So he started. He kept me at bay, and then he will call me and train me.
Okay.
But he will just keep me at bay. So yeah, ensure that keep my break. And when he come, he say hello to me, and he's a minute because those things wasn't going on, bro.
Oh, okay.
It's like I was employed. Yeah, man, and then I have to leave there. It was
I'm
work.
to work.
When I'm in the train.
Sleeping. Exhausted.
For real, man. For real, man.
I can imagine. But you would say that those things definitely shaped you, especially life in New York and the hustle and bustle.
See, so before I went to culinary school, in the kitchen I was working. I wasn't a cook. I was a director here, right? So I was serving food like to the residents, the staff. I work as a utility guy and store. So I know the kitchen,
No, no.
full operation. So when I come to school and that training, it helped me in a way that's besides food, I know the whole operation kitchen. So if floor don't clean properly, if the garbage don't dispose of properly, I
Right.
can know I can carry it. So I said, yeah man. So that made me a surround chef. Because not every chef can operate a kitchen accurately. Some chef focus on food, inventory and stuff, but not the equipment and how to fix or to repair or to know the car and service and so forth. So,
So say you're well marketable
yeah,
chef. No the kitchen and no ins and outs.
yeah, yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. So you started. You said you had started the restaurant. Um, is it still a restaurant or it's just the catering? Tell us about
Catering.
the
So
business.
okay, so after culinary school, I was promoted as a cook, in the kitchen. And I was um, working with in the staff cafeteria. So I was cooking for patient, right? And that helped me because it's two different um, menus and and we have sick people and we have healthy people. So I was cooking for healthy people, right? And the food is different, right? And 2012, 2016, I went back to school and I did a restaurant management course. And during that course, the company start small, think big, had a meeting with us and with the company gear to help um, food service, those who are in food service to start their own business,
Nice.
right?
Nice.
So this company now, what they're saying that those of us who get the highest mark, they will finance us starting the company, everything, right? So that was a big deal for me, right? So I that's when I started to make notes of my food business. You know, I would be traveling on the train going to school and I was processing it and thinking about what I want to do, what I want my company to be, what kind of food and stuff. And I write, take note. Even sometimes when I'm in class, I'm taking note, and then I will put them together and so on. At the end, they said that those who get a good grade, they will email them. I was looking to that email. The final one they received the email. I was, I was out the guy,
Nice.
and then that's when the process started.
Nice.
But originally, it was supposed to be a restaurant, right? But that never worked out. And because before that, I was doing catering for friends in the church and in the church family. And I was, I was thinking about trying catering first, and I excelled, So I changed. So when I was writing the business plan, I just go straight into because the first, because I had two business plans, right? The first one was a restaurant, and then the other one, the last one was with a catering company. So that's how that started, and they started 2016, November 2016. When like I said that when we started in November, it was very difficult, very very difficult. I didn't get a capital. I used my money. It was a family thing. So every Sunday, my family and I will have a meeting. After prayer meeting, we'll have business meeting, and I will tell my family where I'm at, what I achieved, and plans for this week, and the kids will ask some questions.
Daddy,
Some questions.
why this? Why that?
That's what I'm saying. And they're telling me what to do and what not to do and what they want me to do. And, oh man, it was fun. It was fun. It was fun. You know? Yeah, it cracked me up, man. You know? But it was very difficult to grow, to get off the ground. Started to market, do my branding, you know, just to get myself out there. And I had to do tasting, you know, and some companies will invite me to come to their function or tasting. It's a free thing, so I'm saying, you know, because they don't pay me, right? And then I will give out my business cards and people ask questions and I will respond to their questions and tell them all the findings, so on and so on.
Right.
And that's how I started to get 1 and 2 jobs, not big, you know. And I try to, when I get these jobs, I try to put out my best, you know, because I'm new in the scene, a very young company, and just for the client to enjoy my service and to share it on their network, because you don't know the clients and selling this man so one side
Definitely.
in love, yeah, don't appreciate the service. You know, so that was what I focused on, you know, and until I I learned about um and getting NWA certified. So so that's be able to get city agency contracts and other benefits
Okay.
like these low interest loan and you know a lot of different benefits out there, you know, and it wasn't easy to get it. Took like 6 months before, but when I got it, it was a joyous moment
Enjoy. Right.
for real. And they train us, you know, good track, period of training, go down to a meeting, you know, aggressive meeting, and and I have to put in different stuff. So during that period now, my company went on the New York business, um, what, what I call it, I don't know what they call it, man, but other city agencies have access to my company information, you know. It's so amazing. Yo, it's so amazing, man. And as they have access to my company, I have access to my information, right? And that's how I started to get some little work from the city agency until I received I received a contract with NYCHA, New York Coast Authority, and and it was a lot of work.
Certainly, it must have been a lot of work.
We were cooking like 1900 meals for 4 days. We have to deliver them to each apartment. So it's individual containers. So you have to cook them in individual containers and put them in these bags. Like if it's 5 family living one apartment, put 5 meals in one
You
bag.
know.
You see me, and to go to the apartment. A lot of driving, walk up and down elevators, stairs.
A lot of work.
Yeah, man. But it paid off. Why? Okay, so the 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 manager, the manager for that department, she was fussing with me. The first day she was fussing with me. She attacked me verbally on my phone. I was getting annoyed. So something I said. And at the end of that week, I made a mistake with one order. And she said to me, so we're running out of food, right? That family didn't make it, right? Because it was a lot of food, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
So we miscome.
And that's kind of natural.
You see me? And so she said to me, so Corner, what are you gonna do? Chef, this family need their meat. You don't have their meat, what are you gonna do? And I was silent for a few seconds. I said to her, okay, I'm gonna go to the store, for the restaurant, get some food. She said, what? What do you say? What do you say? I said, so what do you want to do? Because you're saying they need the food, so what do you want to do?
There's no other option.
It's not say I can't go to the kitchen and cook and come back here again. That's gonna be like next 2 hours or 3 hours. She said, Carl, listen to yourself. No, she said, you're a chef for the president of your company. And listen to your decision. You just give up like that and want to go to store and buy food. She said, no, Carl, stop, Carl, no, Carl. And she speak to me in a way that even, and when the conversation was over, I was like, man, and I thought this lady was seriously about to get me, you know, but she really respected me, because they said that your company is the only company that's falling so easy and getting everything done. This is only mistake, and that company's only missing in it.
Right.
You see me? But she said, that's how she is. Don't worry about my voice. But she was really pressuring me to see.
Yeah,
pressing my button.
Yeah.
But I wanted to flip because at the bottom of work, we started cooking like 4 o'clock in the morning to get things. You see me? I said we jump the road by 10 o'clock. You know, and then she started to promote the company in different organization, different department in Nigeria, and I get different contract through her.
Nice. So in the days, like, she was really trying to help you, just trying to guide you and make you know that everything is alright.
Man. Trust me, I get work through her, like 7 food for 1 meal, 7 tea for 1 meal. And we so Carl, you're so amazing. You are so amazing. I can't believe you come. During the last year, Thanksgiving, she said to me, "Oh, my meat's getting in the corner. Just tell me when meat's getting. Because we're thinking about 500, but no, you can't do more." And I said to her, I said, "All right, 800. So I got you. And that day, we get a list on our next company.
Wow.
150. I'm going to make that 800 deliver it. But that other company come to pick up. They came to pick up there on there, So we cooked for almost 1,000 people. You see what I said? So, and our 800 was in it though. She was kind of a lady who guided me through, the process and helped to build my company. And through her, I get a lot of training because her company of these programs and training entrepreneur. And I would go on, especially during COVID, a lot of training was going on in Zoom. So once I'm able, to jump on getting training and tell us know what's going on because there's so many things going on though, and they were keeping us updated and everything that the country is going through and and working with food service in COVID was very challenging. During COVID we get a lot of contracts.
So yeah, that was a question that I was thinking about asking. Like with COVID, um, you would say that your business was COVID proof. It didn't suffer through
No,
COVID. You didn't have to
yeah,
lock down or anything like that.
no, because in the first 6 months it was very difficult because the kitchen was closed
Mm-hmm.
permanently, not permanently, but for that period, no work, semi, and and the the company that managed the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
they were giving us money to pay our bills and so forth. So that was great, and after the country kind of pulled their way through, despite the confusion with the president, and kind of pulled their way through somewhat, and New York was one of their home. Because during that time, New York was one of the states that was doing great, was really keeping things together,
Okay.
you know. And so a lot of doors open for us, and and we're starting to work with Food for Soul. Food for Soul, the we're cooking for residents who don't have enough, those are suffering from COVID and
Mm-hmm.
lost a loved one and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
We'll cook and they would deliver the meals to them, and at the same time we got a contract with Department of Health. That
Nice,
was a big deal.
nice,
That
nice.
was a big deal. And I was so amazed working with Department of Health, but it was very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Department of Health, bro, challenging. Yo, take a lot of patience to work with these people,
Mm-hmm.
and because of who they are with the work, they believe like they're the law, what they say goes, and sometimes I listen and don't respond, you know. Sometimes I walk away,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes one day I said to a lady, "This is cornel'scateringcompany. This is not Department of Health.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that?" She didn't answer me. I'm literally telling her that it's my company. It's a belong to Department of Health. It's in it. So so they messed me up big time, complain, you know, and mainly because of, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fighting, and even some Jamaicans were there, managers, did some stupid stuff. Like, I couldn't believe it, Jamaicans, you know, people who could have protected me, you know, report even some stupid stuff. And I'm getting these emails and these phone calls and crazy moment, man. But I hang on, write it out, you know. But it was a good experience for me,
Right,
chef.
right, right, right.
I tell her this, man. The first week, we so we're just doing lunch for the medical team that was giving out COVID shot. Yeah. So it was from Thursday to Sunday, and we had two different companies that were working with Thursday a week. So I only get one day home to chill,
Mm-hmm.
to do all of my stuff. It's Monday, right? And it's not really a day out because Monday I have to go and get inventory. You know, I have to get up and do everything and get shopping list and you know. And Monday morning when I got up, but that's a tell, right? Very tired, brain dead. You see me? Went to the kitchen too. gonna go to, the show and easy. I went, I went to the kitchen. I opened the cupboard to take out the tea. Bro, I was there. My mind was
It's like your mind is freeze.
it's freeze. I'm messing with. What am I doing here? What am I doing? And then I realized when I get back to set up, I realized that the water had shut down. Right, it kept it shut down and I walked to the kitchen. And yet I didn't remember that I went to get a cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
And I found myself walking up and down in the house. And then I came here and I punched. So I punched back. So I remember. I said, God, what's going on?
Yeah.
Is it depression? For real, man, you?
Yeah.
I started praying for real and I spent some time praying and calming myself and put myself together. And then when I went to the kitchen the following day, there was a chef that I work with, great lady, Elizabeth. She worked with Food for Soul. She was the one who controlled operation, so we were working with her. I went to do our and we were talking and then told her about the experience. She said to us, listen, man, that all of us,
Right.
all of us in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's just a part of the process.
Yeah, man, just because of level, this is the first brewing ever go through that process of coming in this pressure. That's why you experience that, but it's okay. I've been through that. You're gonna go great things. We have a relationship. It's a man said. So that was a crucial moment for me right there. But moving forward, and then in that same week, right before that moment, a lot of questions were shooting at me. Question. Robbie, chef. So I walk away. I went to the sink and I said, God, what did I get myself into? Yo, I see telling me you're a chef. I said, Robbie! Yo. So I said, come on, you're a soldier. Get with it.
Yeah.
And I calm down and move it. But because of the army training, I'm able to stay in control and to make decisions, control my team to give accurate decision, answer questions, and to my mind just keep rolling and doing different things in a different process. And it's a man said, I know that I have beef over there, chicken over there, and I know what time they're gonna finish and at the same time the instruction, tasting and I love it, man. I love it, man. So we mostly focus on healthy eating. We at Cornell's we care about our clients, their health and what they're eating, and we try to encourage them or to make menu that balance. So we don't we try not try but we are limited when it comes down to fried food, and certain meat we don't really have it in our menu, but we'll cook it if we kind of want to.
Want it.
And
But it's not something that you guys
yeah,
basically practice.
it's a man. So like jerk pork, because we're Jamaican. We think
Right. So people love jerk pork.
jerk pork, yes, a man. And we don't really
Do those stuff.
Yeah.
So
if they kind of want it.
right then.
Yeah.
So you would say that your company, even though you cater, you're more on the health side. You try to make dishes that are healthier than
Yeah, man. Yeah, and even if okay, so like vegetable, we poach vegetable, and our steam, right? So you get the better part of the vegetable because you need the nutrients in the vegetable, right? Now, in Jamaica, we grew up with the water boil, we put vegetable in it, and it boil into salt.
Right, right,
Or
right.
we put the vegetable and the water together on the stove top. Once when it comes to a boil, might be 4 or 5 minutes, you know, just kill it, because you want that crunch in the vegetable. At the same time, because remember they eat, kill.
Kill,
Is it
yeah.
so, yeah, yeah. It's good to use the fire to cook, but at the same time, it really take away the nutrients from the food.
Definitely.
Depends on how you're cooking. Yeah, yeah. So so we try to follow the process. 'Cause you have a variety of different
Ways.
um, methods of cooking methods, right? And the process can be very um, eh, not really complicated still, but if you don't know what you're doing, you know. But at the end, the process is that they can benefit you, who are eating it, as a matter said. And so we care about your health, and we try to create menus that will suit the client and their guests. And once we have the ability, or they come to us with an idea, or give us a chance to make the menu. Yeah, I make it consistent. And, these are the options. Is mean I said what you want to add. Is mean I said we have a conversation. Sometimes we have a meeting, Zoom meeting, go through the whole stuff. Is mean. So we stay away from sodium in my kitchen. I don't have sodium in my kitchen. Is mean.
Some people may wonder sodium. What's sodium? Where can you find sodium? Where is sodium found in a food?
So food. Well, everything has sodium. Everything, the vegetable, the meat, even the fish have sodium.
Right.
So and all the herbs and spices that we use have sodium. Okay, you don't look at the sodium intake, right? So when you put additional sodium in it,
Right.
you consume so much sodium, and
It's not good.
we don't know that it's not healthy. It's because you're running up and down and being so like sometimes you have high blood pressure, you don't know. You see what I'm saying? Your blood sugar is screwed and you don't know that you don't feel sick until the doctor, right? And so what I put out there is what I eat. Most of the stuff I eat, what I put out there, and I don't use sodium at my house. Period. Yeah, and I don't use sugar either, right? So I don't use additional sodium on my menus, right? And like one day I was in the kitchen, and in the morning when I went there and I tasted the meat, taste sodium. I was pissed, man. I was pissed. Where it come from?
Your program is not you.
Is
It's
it man?
not
So
you.
we tried coming, nobody. Oh, man. Yeah, man. I was pissed, man. Yeah. And they know they did what they never expected me because they never was coming. See me. And but it was a great thing to go there without a surprise visit. It's a man so I can see what was going on when I'm not there. And that experience was a miserable experience for me. So definitely it's a healthy thing, right? And and the fact that I work out and I'm a small guy, but I eat healthy. I try to maintain my healthy lifestyle, and I know that because I work in an hospital, I see that of stuff
Yeah.
exposed to a lot of things, and friends who are doctors and nurses, and we chat and we chat about stuff, and I have friend, nutrition friend. So we go through the whole process of healthy menus versus this kind of a condition, the best options on what can eat and what can destroy you or what can support your organ or your immune system. It's those stuff and it's immersive. So and when I created my own signature dishes, I have people who I reach out to and you know and give them my stuff and they will go through it and do the calculation and too much of this, much of that, more of this and
Okay.
so when it go there, it's accurate. It's amazing. Yeah, yeah. Because clients are asking questions, watching this how much. Because
Right, calories and stuff.
I have this disease. I can't eat this. I can't eat that. So I need to know. And it's amazing. Some of them, and they have people in the food industry as well ask questions, but they're asking questions to use it to go on to do what I am doing. But it's so strange, because one word can give no. Because you can know a chef is talking to you. So I said, even if he's trying to hide his identity, he must have something give no. And so I'm careful of especially when it's my signature dish. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah. Even email people, I even ask questions my dish.
Right. Don't want to know the secret ingredients.
Yeah,
It's not gonna happen,
Come
man.
on,
It's
man.
not gonna
Come
happen.
on.
So Deacon, let's go with this. So tell us about your company in terms of if somebody wants to get in touch with you for you to cater for an event, where can they find you? How can they get to you and the company?
Well, my website is cornel'scateringcompany.com. Once you go on the website, you can follow the link and use the information where you can email me from there. My telephone number is there as well. So, and once you place an order from there, I will respond within that day, not within an hour, but within a day. Depends on what's going on. And also, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest. The company is located in Harlem, 1580 Park Avenue. I think that's like a Lower Manhattan. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because when I give the information, the address, people say it's Manhattan. Oh, you're in Manhattan. But I call it Harlem.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But that's where the company. Oh, that's where the kitchen is. Yeah.
You have a telephone number as well if somebody would want to WhatsApp you or call.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's 800-681-2750. That's the company number. But once you call that number, it's gonna go straight to my personal number as well. So yeah.
So guys, I'm gonna put it there on the screen so you can actually have the number. I'm gonna put it in the description as well so you can get to Chef Cornell if you want to book him for your next event if you're in the New York area. And tell me, is it just New York that you facilitate to at the moment for events and stuff?
Yeah, New York, New York. We go into New Jersey, but like 5 miles into New Jersey
Okay.
because of the food, process. You have to maintain the food at a certain temperature.
Yeah, I understand
So
that.
yeah,
So you prepare the food at your kitchen and then move it
yeah,
to the fur um,
the destination.
to the nearest destination. Um, we're getting down to some business here. In terms of your company and the impact it has on the community and the contribution that your company has made in the community. Could you tell us about that?
Sure. We during COVID when country was locked down, and a lot of us was going through that fear, you know, of COVID itself, fear of losing everything because company was closing down. There was a lot going on. We during that time we were doing great with with um with our contracts, and when the church opened, and I just I'm a deacon, right? Deacon in the church, president for the men ministry. So I serve on the board in the church. So I have access to certain information, and when we have these meetings and hearing the need and the cry of the church family and the community as well, I decided that I'm gonna donate food to the church family, and this wasn't meal coming from. It was a meal that any company refused. You know, this was organic food from New York and other companies that I purchased food from my company, and we ship it to my church, and so the church family can have some stuff to take home.
Tremendous.
That lasted for about 6 weeks, like every Sunday, until we go out in the community. So we donate food to the church, and the church give it to the church, to the community. It was serious time, very crucial time, because the fear of COVID was, people was dying by the hour, by the minute, and so the mask and gloves, and it was very scary. But the church made an effort because they don't know we are children of God, and we practice faith. We know what is right, and then trust God for what is out there we can't see or what we don't know, right?
Yeah.
So God protect us during our process, and we feed the community a few Saturdays, right down to the end of the year. It's during a difficult time, and they were happy. They were happy. No one knew the food was coming from a company. You see me? And because I didn't promote it, I keep it low, behind the scene. I didn't even want my company mentioned, in this meeting when they were distributing the food. I told the minister, don't call my company. Don't call my name. Just say the church. This is it. Yeah. And I remember my mom was a giver, kind of lady, because during the time when she was cooking at school, she would give lunch to kids who can't afford to buy lunch, and it was like 15 cents, 20 cents for lunch. You see me? So she would have no kid would walk to school, go on to in their class, and with an empty stomach. And I remember one day, one evening, right, some youth I go home they live far, and they stop and ask my mom for water. And she gave it to them, and she said, "You want something to eat?" And I said, "Yes." And she gave them. My mom, they put me in the sun. She gave me put them. When I leave, I said, "Mommy, when you put it, what am I going to eat?"
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, so it was at that moment she said to me that if God don't bless her in her lifetime, God is gonna bless us.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I didn't
Live to see.
I didn't really kind of understand what she was saying right there, 'Cause I was a young kid then. But as I grew older, I understood what she was saying. And then, so when I find myself giving, I remember her. So that was in my DNA, see me. And during the pandemic, I was I have we had a chat group from the army intake 77 chat group on WhatsApp.
So Rob, your company has done tremendous things, contributed to the community. But there's also another thing that the people need to know about, and one in which I personally really, you know, admire about this company and what it means to the community, the impact it has on the community, you know, helping people in their homes, in their lives. And to be specific, um, you have set up a scholarship fund specifically here in Jamaica to help some of these kids. What gave you that inspiration?
I so I have a we have a WhatsApp chat group with my colleagues from Intake 77 JDF. So all of us spread all over the world, so we communicate on that platform. So during COVID, I saw a video post with a young youth. I think I think it was St. Elizabeth. I don't know if you remember the story. And the youth, they were going to school during that time, and I think the kid had access to Wi-Fi, but the other kids didn't have access to Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I think I remember.
And the imam of this little house where our room where I think it's on a wall or a board, all the kids and
Teach him.
and I was I was I was in shock, you know, when I saw that I don't remember his age, but he wasn't 15. He was a young youth, and I reached out to my colleagues to get his information, but when they respond, they said that the Minister of Education get a hold of him. So I think I saw a next video with him and with his parents, and they get a lot of help. They get a lot of help, you know, and I was happy for him.
Right.
So being on Instagram, following JBC News and Jamaica Observer, and I started a lot of videos and in pictures with kids who don't have access to Wi-Fi. You know, so it's difficult for them where they're living. You see me, and no, here my kids are good. Is because all of them have an iPad. School gives them iPad, so they can when the man's in class, they're on their iPad. They still can play games and stuff. You see me, so my kids were okay, right? They weren't too happy with the fear situation, the scare tactics, and not be able to go in the classroom because they were saying to me that it's difficult to learn in online like that. So much distraction, you know. So but as I watch news and Jamaican news, and you know, I decided that I want to give back to my country. You know, and it was a careful thought,
Right.
and you know, it wasn't an easy decision because of my surrounding, and you know, but so when I tried it, but it didn't work out with the information, so I killed it. And when I was talking to Pastor Rose that particular night, there was no intention to to pitch it to him. No intention at all. And then while talking to him, the Holy Spirit said, speak to him about the scholarship. So what? I don't know this guy. Even the pastor was coming to the pastor my church. I don't know this guy. you know, I know him on Zoom, I recognize his voice, but I don't know him. And bro, I was walking around in the house, and I heard he was with speak to me 2 times. I was literally walking around the house because of I was comfortable with what Holy Spirit was saying to me, and I was fighting it seriously. I was literally fighting it, and so when I came right to the entrance of the living room, I remember that kid versus videos that I was seeing. At that time I was helping my nieces and nephews in Jamaica. You see what I'm saying? And when I decided to speak to him about it, I felt a peace in my spirit, and then when I mentioned this pastor, he was blown away. He was surprised as well. I never expected that. He said, and what was amazing when we had the first week, the first meeting, that was within about 10 days. The work, the cover, it was, yo, I was like, man, I couldn't believe
Yeah.
the level of work, the process, my youth, and the documentation. I was amazed, man. And the next thing, now, what it not really hurt, but was an emotional experience, because I even passed through all necessary information, about the the process and what I would like it to be, and who should get it, and all those things. You see what I said? And versus the essay, who am I? Is the topic, who am I? And so it is geared to kids who have the ability to do great, and they do great in school,
Right.
but their parents
Can't afford certain
things, can't finance, the education like that, and based on what was going on with COVID, and they understood that, right? And when I received on the night, so we have several meetings like every week, and building up to the process, right? And when there was a stage where they started to give up applications and so forth, and when the essays and those who they chose, when I based on their grade qualifications and applications and blah blah blah. And when I was reading essays, because everything comes to me for the information, and I was reading through the essays. Man, I was
impressed.
Impressed. Oh, no, I was hurting.
Oh, okay.
I was hurting, man. The need, the frustration, everything comes out in the essay. And I was reading through the line. I was literally reading things that wasn't on the paper, and at one point one of them I had to stop because I was fighting with tears in my eyes, and I had to stop, and I said to myself, I can't finish it, I can't understand, and the following night I finished it, and I was still tearing up, because of the need and what she was going through. Versus her siblings, single parent, and it reminded me of my mom, how she was giving to the youth in the school and to the community, and right through the process was very emotional for me. I spoke to my kids, and they loved it, and they were happy for me. because I want to hear the response.
First month.
But they couldn't say like I'm taking the population. I said, but not like that. Not like that, bro. Not like that. And so I was happy, you know. Yeah, because I'm talking to kids who my last daughter she was 12 at the time, and she was saying it's okay, Dad. It's okay. We know you're passionate about helping, them, so it's okay. We support you. Dad. We'll be fine, you know. And the on the was it Sunday, right? You were there.
The launch.
The launch, yeah. It was a Sunday, right? I remember I was on, and my cousin in Virginia was on, and my son was on as well, right? And I was very emotional.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know, and so, so um, so this is what happened, bro. We're going through COVID. US was shut down. I'm not earning $1 million. I wasn't earning $1 million. So not even $100,000. You know, I have need. Trust me, I have need. But I was able to give, you know, kids who are dysfunctional.
Right.
Not just in US but in Jamaica.
Jamaica also.
You see me also. And and it's the was the love and the compassion behind it. You see me. And so that was one of the greatest things I had.
Wow.
Trust me.
Amazing.
Because I'm really thinking about the future of Jamaica. You know, and there's so many of us here who who are doing great, business is doing great, and not even thinking about helping.
Trust me.
You see what I'm saying?
Trust me.
It's so messed up, man. And our mind is somewhere different. You see what I'm saying? And it's okay to lend a helping hand, you know. And when I see these kids great, man, some great things they're doing.
Definitely.
You see what I'm saying? And if I can help them to take them to the next level, you know, wherever they choose to go. And if they want to get there and forget about the support, and it's okay. It's okay. No, I'm not 18, man. It's just that I'm happy that I was there to support. You see what I'm saying? And if they reach there, I remember the gratefulness and decide to write a letter or email or it's okay. You know, yeah. But it's still up and kicking. This last year, two of the donors from Jamaica joined the program. So that was a great thing. So it's growing.
Awesome.
This November is going to be the company's 7th anniversary. So I'm planning to do this celebration, you know, Jubilee, 70 years, right?
7 years, yeah.
So and within that celebration, I want to incorporate a fundraiser for the scholarship in Jamaica, so we can get some finance and so we can give more kids scholarship.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's the plan where the scholarship is. And the committee in Jamaica, they've done a great job, you know, because they're volunteering and the church control the process, and those guys are doing, you know, what they think is best for their community. Is a minister.
Right, definitely.
Yeah.
Man, it's an awesome thing, man. I know a couple of the youngsters that received scholarships, and definitely you could see, you know, it really did them well. You know, some of them were able to be, you know, the school fee to be paid for, and you know, it really went a far way. You know, and I'm pretty sure that in the future you will get some messages from them, and to
Yeah.
see, their growth and,
Mm-hmm.
their development, the wonderful young people that they will turn out to be, with so much potential.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So it's indeed a great thing. And this last question, I want you to just to tell us, if there was a young entrepreneur, somebody who aspires to be an entrepreneur, to own their own business, but things may not be coming together as how they want it to come together to start their business. Based on your experience, based on the challenges you have faced, you know, um, the difficulties, how the world is set up right now, you know, what can you encourage somebody to let them know that, hey, you know, there's still hope. You can do this.
Yeah, man, great question. What I what I well, what I would encourage a young entrepreneur to do is hold on to your dream. You know, if you are at the stage where you're gonna start, or you're at the building process, you're putting the vision together. You know, um, it is a great thing to have the ability to work in the field that you're heading to, right? So you need to be trained. It's best to be trained, and have that documentation to that will help you along the line, right? And keep the dream flowing. Don't kill it. Don't let nothing kill it. Keep strong, keep focused. If you're a Christian, trust God. You know, without self confidence, it's gonna be difficult. You have to be confident in your dream. You have to be confident in what you desire to do. You see what I said? There's gonna be hard time. It's gonna be rough, shocking time. During that time, you need to get up and push yourself. You will get let down. You get let down and stay down. You're gonna lose. You have to get up and push yourself and keep moving. Yeah, a lot of companies started like mine. I financed my company right from the get go. I never get a loan. No, there are other companies who start out and get a loan and putting everything in place and keep moving, and it's still a crash, right?
Mm-hmm.
So them go on to do something great things, right? But you also have companies who start out with nothing, and because of the self-driven mentality and all these guys work through the pressure and keep focused, their company were able to grow and they start doing great things, right? Some of these guys don't have no education,
Mm-hmm.
trust me,
Definitely.
but they have that mindset. They
Mm-hmm.
know what they want to achieve, and they know what to do to get it. It's a mindset. So keep focused, keep working hard, and have confidence. And even if you're not a Christian, it is good to pray and ask God for direction. Yeah, and don't put yourself in a situation where it's gonna cause problem, or it's gonna bring um oh, loss of words was.
Tired, eh? Yeah, it's gonna bring a lot of challenges and stuff, but they will make it, eh?
Yeah.
They will make it. Yeah, man. So, guys, that is it. On the Mek We Reason podcast here, with DJ Mark and our special guest, um, Chef Cornel Robinson, the owner of Cornel's Catering Company. Yeah, man. So it's a pleasure. It's always to have you as, viewers and stuff. And we got a lot of materials. We have a lot of interviews with influential people, just like Chef Cornell here. So just stay tuned and remember to like, to share, and to subscribe to the channel, and also to leave a comment. That's very important, right? And there's also a notification bell that you can hit, so whenever I release a video, you can see the notifications. All right, so thank you so much, guys, and God bless you.
Hi guys, Chef Carlin from New York. I'm inviting you guys to subscribe to DJ Mark channel, like, share a video, and make a comment. Thanks.